defending. I think it's like.
Are we live? People deluded, I'm back again. I hope everyone's doing well and safe. I hope everyone's having a great week. I hope everyone's got their health. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and of course, good night, depending on whoever you are and wherever you are in this world. Welcome to the, my live stream, which I typically do at 11:30. One love to everyone who was on my Twitch live stream earlier, which was at 10 a.m. Make sure you're following me on Twitch, people, because my final bit of content for the day will be live from 7:15, just like yesterday, Belgium versus France. Come and watch the game, react and whatever live in real time with me. Follow and support the thing on Twitch. Also, make sure you're checking out the Twitch schedule and you're setting your reminders for such as well, so you never miss a beat. Now, as I said, I hope everyone's doing well and safe. I hope everyone's in good spirits and the rest of it, people. Again, it's Thursday. Hope you've all been, aggressively trying to reach your goals, hopes, dreams, and aspirations. We're going to cover a couple of Arsenal things here and whatnot. But yeah, it is what it is, people. I'm happy to have you lot here. As I always say, it's a pleasure to be here every day with you lot. Your conversation, your talking points, the banter, everything makes it for what it is, man. And I actually have even more pride in my YouTube channel because we might not be the biggest, but we're definitely the illest, man. Like we don't do the ranting and raving. We have some intellectual conversations here, so I appreciate that. The grind never stops, bro. Big up CS. I know I done you dirty because I wasn't here yesterday. I know you like to go for your jogs and stuff like that. Man said podcast on Twitch and now a YouTube stream. DG, aka the machine. Don't know if a machine, my guy. Just trying to achieve my goals, man. Just trying to make it happen. The grind don't stop, man. The dream is free. The hustle is sold separately, man. So it is what it is. Appreciate you, Khalid. FJ, appreciate you. I don't know if there's a lot of news to cover today, but I'll try my best to get through such, people. So yeah, make sure you're hitting the like button and the rest of it. What's happening here? Bad news for AFC. I changed this, so I don't know why. Sorry, folks. Between StreamYard and Google and YouTube, sorry, one of you is not listening. One of you is absolutely not listening because that is a completely different title. Fair play. I'll copy and paste it and do that again. We did it, doing it again. If you know, you know. So yeah, that's back there. We go again, man. Big up yourself. We try to be the coldest, man. If I ain't the realest, I'm definitely the illest. You come, man. I need to stop gassing myself. When I say stuff like that, it gasses me, I can't lie, I gas myself too much. But anyways, back on board, man. One love to everyone in the chat, like TW has said each and every time. Hit the like button, support the thing on Twitch. It doesn't cost a thing. And one love to everyone that was here earlier. And I mean, I'm bloody hell, we're starting to make headwinds on Twitch, innit? Road to 10K keeps going, man. 2.6 followers on Twitch. Make sure you're there and whatnot. Now, where's my, again, they're gassing myself and I'm not looking after the basics with you lot, people. Timestamps. Wilshere back with Arsenal. Let's start with that. Apparently, Jack Wilshere is back now. Allegedly, sorry to burst your bubble, he's back in training. Now, funny how these things work. A man could come train, already down to our bare bones, could get a look in. For me, I'm happy to have Jack Wilshere back first and foremost because I think he did well to speak about mental health. And I think people look at footballers like robots. So I know he might not have a contract. He might not, he might not have a contract. He might not be where he's supposed to be and all of those things. But fundamentally, he has a reason to wake up in the morning saying that he's got kids and he's got his life and he is in a privileged position in that he's earned a lot of money. He can do a lot of things. But without getting into the nitty gritty, he's got a purpose, he's got a purpose that he needs to wake up and train. He's able, he might not be part of the club, but he's training. That keeps him fit. And if he wants to move on, he wants to move on. We're helping one of our own, which the club is meant to be about. And I've said it before. I honestly think if Jack Wilshere does not manage this club one day, he'll be an assistant coach. He'll be with the academy, whatever. On that topic, of course, he's great for the academy boys. Charlie Patino and him need to become big bro, little bro. You need to get Patino under your wing ASAP. Smith Rowe, go and chill with Wilshere as well. I'm all for that, people. I've already said, such as, any more injuries and Arteta and Wilshere will have to be registered in the Premier League squad, and maybe even they do really and truly if there is any more injury. So again, as much as he's training with us and it's to help him keep fit, do his coaching badges and whatnot, that idea is going to keep being floated. Could we do with Jack Wilshere signing a pay-as-you-play deal just until the end of the season to tie us over? Now, we know we need a centre mid or two in January, definitely next summer. So we'll see what's being said there. But in relation to this, people, you know, Super Jackie's back, and he was at Bournemouth versus Arsenal, the under-21. So, yeah, you look at it, people. Arteta said, why Wilshere is training with us again. Now, this isn't nothing new because, again, we did know he was going to come back to train, and, you know, Arteta is going to keep being asked about it. But he was asked, and he said, I wouldn't kind of take it that far in relation to Wilshere getting a contract. But he said, we all love Jack. We're happy to have him around, and he's a big part of our history. What you should believe is that we want to help Jack prepare for his next stage physically and mentally. He wants to do his coaching badges again, and we are prepared to fulfill all the needs that he wants. That's basically the idea, and it's no further than that. So, sorry, folks. I think my neighbors are cheating, but you lot can't hear it, but they're defo cheating. There's defo cheating going on. But staying on task, it makes sense, you know. For me, that probably tells me, I don't know, I'd imagine Jack Wilshere has his level 3. So is he training for his A license? Is he training for his B license to help prepare him? You know, I like how Jack Wilshere, you actually remember a couple of years ago, Jack Wilshere, Rob Holding and someone else, I think Mertesacker, they were getting their coaching badges done early doors. I like that because obviously he's got one eye to the future. Whether he's going to be a coach or not, it's down to him, people. So yeah, man, it is what it is, bro. Yeah. I think they are. To be fair, side joke in the morning is probably the best, but I can't begrudge them, man. Bit jealous. But anyways, so yeah, Arteta's basically said it there. What you should believe is that we want to help Jack prepare for his next stage physically and mentally. He wants to do his coaching badges again, and we are prepared to fulfill all the needs that he wants. That's basically the idea, and it's no further than that. I'm very happy to have him back. We had conversations with Jack and understand the needs that he has, the period that he's going through. And I think everyone at the club agreed it was the right moment to help him. We sat down with him and we listened to what he wanted to do and what stage he is. And we are prepared to do anything we can to help him. He's going to be training with us sometimes. He's going to be around the place. He's going to be continuing his coaching badges. He's very interested in to try to get him fit, try to get his experience across to all our players, our young players, our academy. And I think it's a great influence to have around. And I mean, yeah, man, there's nothing away. I defo didn't say greeting, my guy. Greeting. Defo never said that. But if you know, you know, innit? You know, it's a bit PG right now. So yeah, it is what it is, man. He's training with us. I mean, FFK, you're just being lazy. We've clearly said he's coming back to train as a player and he's coaching the academy. I mean, come on now. Let's use our common sense. Actually listen. Stop being lazy. You know, that's one pet peeve of mine with YouTube. People want things just presented to them. You know, if you just listened or read what people are saying, you'd have met your conclusion. But for what it's worth, that's Jack Wilshere apparently returning to Arsenal, apparently, allegedly in a training capacity. And beyond just working with the academy players, keeping fit and whatnot, there seems to be nothing else he'll be doing here. But again, it will keep going on and on and on. No, there's no cooking. All the legacy dinosaur clubs in the mud, the dollar bills up. And I mean, that kind of takes us into the next segment of this. And we might as well jump into it very quickly now. On one, I kind of spoke about it on Twitch, the Newcastle takeover. As you lot are seeing, people, it looks like a case of when and not if that they will take over. And it's a big problem for the Premier League. It's a big problem for Arsenal. What I mean specifically by that, it shouldn't be a problem. You know, I'm happy for Newcastle fans because I've been saying Newcastle and Arsenal fans, probably the two clubs out of everyone where you can't see any ambition. You're told things, but things aren't happening. Maybe them worse than us because we can turn around. There's been FA Cups. There's been big money transfers and whatnot. I think Newcastle is a sleeping giant. They've got a big fan base, a loyal support base, you know, and you know, I think Newcastle, obviously London is better than Newcastle, but you could, to foreign players, they could probably tell a white lie and say Newcastle is lit. It's just like London up north. So I'm happy for them. Of course, for me, I do think this gives further strength to the Super League in the sense of, you know, the top 6 or traditional top 6 or so clubs. They want to further monopolize the thing. They see this as a threat. It's more competition, really and truly, financially and whatnot. Like you all know, the public investment fund, the money that the Saudi Arabian guys have. I know there's ways around it, but just like at City and just like at PSG, when you get down to beyond the specifics and connect the dots, they're all backed by states or members of states or people that have connections with such. So I don't think anyone can get mad. I do think this will, I do think there'll be pressure from other clubs to get the Premier League to tighten things up. I think it's good for the league. It's good competition. It's good for their fans. The only thing I'm not fearful of is, it's going to take them it's going to take them about 5 years. Didn't it take Manchester City about 4 years to win a league title? And you look at how City did, to get to this level where they could bring in Pep, man said Pancini. Pellegrini and Mancini had to walk so that man could run, even to a degree, Mark Hughes. And how many times did they get it wrong with signings, with players? With Newcastle, they're going to need that first marquee player from foreign or whatever to say, yo, I'm playing for Newcastle. Other people will follow suit. Clearly need to get rid of Steve Bruce. Conte needs a job, so I'm sure he would have to revamp their scouting and whatnot. You look at Manchester City scouting is amazing internally within England and everywhere else. They recruit the best. They've monopolized in that they've got a team in France, obviously in England, America, etc., and able to leverage that, and you look at the scouting department, world-class scouting individuals in the scouting department. These are things that a club like Newcastle deserves, and it's been a long time coming. Does fear me as an Arsenal fan, because in the next 4 years, can we say that we're going to be a top 4 team or a team that's challenging for Europe? I hope so, on the guise of what we're doing with the young players and the futures that they have tomorrow, and hopefully players that are of a similar certain level roll in. But, it is what it is. Money talks in this league. Money makes the difference. I know there's probably FFP that might be able to do something, but there's ways around that, like Manchester City have shown, like PSG have shown that, and I'm sure Newcastle has shown. You look at that Amanda lady who's involved in the move for Newcastle owners to get Newcastle new owners. She has strong connections in the Middle East, and she was actually involved in what got, the owners of Manchester City down here. So I'm sure she can give the lowdown and all of those sort of things, people. And I know there's all funny different ways of looking at how they've got peace, people. But yeah, I think obviously whenever a billionaire is linked with a club, whether it was Dangote in our case, Daniel Ek, please make sure we're hitting the like button, or unexpected high bills. There's always the case of ethics or ethicalness and what have they done. And I know there's stuff around human rights and things like that where the Saudi Arabian consortium that is trying to buy Newcastle is concerned, people. Premier League and them have allegedly come to an agreement, really and truly, already. So it is what it is. I'm sure I screenshotted that. And when you look at the top 10 richest football owners, of course, this article doesn't take a lot of things into account, but you look at the Saudi Arabian Public Investment Fund, should they take over Newcastle, 320 billion, and there's a lot of factors that I think the Sun, where I'm reading this from, haven't got it right with the finances, because they've not included, the Walmart fund where Stan Kroenke is involved in a lot of things. But, the Saudi Arabian owners, if they go to Newcastle, they'd be top of the league. They've got their net worth is 320 billion. Sheikh Mansour of Manchester City is 23.2 billion. Third on this list is RB Salzburg's owner with 15 billion. You got Juventus with 11, Abramovich with 9, LA Galaxy with 8.1, Stan Kroenke with 7. In 7th with 6.8 billion. PSG's El Khelafi behind him with 6.5. Inter Milan's behind that in 6.2. And you've got 10th with Wolves. Money doesn't always guarantee things, like you've seen. You need ambition. With money and ambition, you need a lot more than that. You need a clear plan, so it doesn't mean much. But I think it's healthy competition, and I think it's something for Arsenal to be fearful of, because on the best of days, you're looking at the teams like Leicester, previously, to a degree, Leeds, previously Wolves going away from this season, maybe even West Ham, if they continue what they're doing, as these teams that are going to lap Arsenal and whatnot and take what we had. And then now you've probably got Newcastle thrown in. Joe Willock knew something. Joe Willock left to join a bigger club, innit? Man's going to end up playing with Kylian Mbappe and all of these guys, really and truly. Newcastle by Haaland, who knows, people? It really is going to be a real-life Football Manager save, really and truly. I bet True Geordie's probably loving it, or some other Newcastle fans, man. But they deserve it, man. They deserve it. And again, the case is ethics. So I think the phrase is better the devil you do know than the one you don't know. I think where football fans are concerned, definitely where Daniel Ek was concerned at Arsenal, is better the devil we don't know. I'm sure there's a bag of questions, but anything's got to be better than Mike Ashley. And Newcastle fans aren't happy. They're not happy with the owner. They're not happy with the gaffer. A new owner might change things, really and truly. A new owner changes the expectations. So it does fill me with a bit of fear, but it is what it is. What can you do, man? Really and truly. Joe Willock saved the club. DG People's Chat morning, bro. Come on. The only royal family that can rival them is Qatar. Hopefully put a bid in for Arsenal. Bro, I can't lie to you. Qatar money, American money, real American money, guys that want to win American money, Nigerian money where Dangote is concerned. Just show me the peas. I don't care if it's euros, dollars, yens. Just bring it come now, man, because end of the day, we tried to do this FFP thing. You know, me as a man or as a footballing principle, man, I don't just want to buy the league. I want to develop players and do things, but this is the nature of the game now, really and truly. You have to spend now. I don't agree with what's going on. I don't think spending saves everything. I don't think people value coaching and improvement, especially in the Prem where, you know, we could buy Ben White for 50 mil. If it, whether it goes right or wrong, you could go and buy an ex-centre half for 50 mil. And the same goes for many other clubs. How much other clubs have got it wrong? Look at Pep. You know, there's a lot of good signings. Half the time when a signing don't bang, he freezes them out. I remember Nolito and all of these sort of man there, really. You know, many clubs abroad can't do that. So I'm a big fan of obviously improvement, of renewing deals, of improving the system and buying when you can. Obviously, when quality is available, do it. But this is the industry we're part of now. We either going to complain or we're going to do things differently. And, you know, at the end of the day, Arsenal are not trying to do that. Yeah, we spent one of the highest in the Premier League in the COVID market. But, you know, we're not buying creme de la creme players. You know, you can't really compare our 130 million spent to Chelsea's 90. Chelsea can afford, because they're doing things right, to buy desserts, which is Lukaku. We're trying to make sure there's, you know, there's beans and bread in the cupboard and things like that with the signings we made. So we're at a different stage, and it does kind of scare me, but it is what it is, man. You know, it is what it is. Regardless of how much money is spent, if you do things properly, you can have half a chance, and there is examples of that. But boy, it is what it is. My biggest fear is that this is just the Super League's. The Super League's not done. You know, the Super League is not done. It might be quiet. They will come back. And I think the Premier League clubs, they will look to monopolize things because they don't want open competition. I like it. It's becoming a bit like NBA or whatever, where anyone can win it. You know, Newcastle might get into a point where they'll be mentioned with City. But Arsenal, Manchester City, Liverpool, Man United, Spurs, lol. Like, I don't know why, but they don't want that to happen. And it's just going to raise into question the big, you know, that again and again. Are there any other rich Arabs who want to buy Arsenal? Maybe, bro, there's hella peas, man. Having grown up in London and lived in Newcastle, I can confirm Newcastle is a million times better. To be fair to you, I heard my boy went clubbing up there. I heard they got 24/7 Gregs. I would love it. I don't know about that. London's where it is. Newcastle won't do anything. I would love them to, really, because like City, boy, if Arsenal not doing bits, which they're not, I'd rather Man City win the league than Liverpool, than United, you know, because I got friends that support these clubs, really. You know, at least with City, I don't know no City fans. You like could do what you want to do, in it, really. Yeah, Newcastle will be the same, innit? I know Newcastle fans. In fact, I actually know Newcastle fans. LP, don't run back to Newcastle. Because I remember you in school, you had a Newcastle shirt. All of a sudden, year 11 and so on, you go around on Twitter and whatnot saying you're a Spurs fan. Now that the Arab money is coming in, the Saudi Arabian money is coming in, do not run back to Newcastle. Stay at Spurs, you fucking bottler. But I don't know. I'd rather them do it, you know, if them and City, way. From a football heritage point of view, of course, I'd rather the other clubs win. But yeah, man, a fan. I'm not too fearful of the Newcastle takeover. It depends how much they invest it. It won't really happen overnight. Look at Burnley taking over but ain't doing nothing. But if they get it right, boy, to be fair, Burnley's not the best of examples, but I hear you. Basuma cheaper now, bruv. I spoke about Basuma on Twitter, on Twitch. You listen, I don't want to speak about it anymore. Dead them, man. There, we dodged the bullet. I'm gonna go on my YouTube. Basuma use that. I never wanted them, bro. That's them Dutchavelli Donnies, man. It's not involved in none of the things they're doing. Shout the members, AM. Shout to you and everyone else locked in. Make sure for extra content you're following me on Twitch. Actually, 7:15 today, people. I'll be on Twitch. It's Belgium versus France. So hit the like button and hit the like button on this. Open up another tab. Set your reminders on YouTube. Bro, I heard there's 24-hour Gregs. I'm on that. Imagine after a night out, Gregs and that. I'm on that. My vegan sausage rolls and that. I'm fully on that. I heard Newcastle is mayhem. And if I was Newcastle, bro, you think I'm not gonna bro? You think they didn't get gas sent Maximin and that? Like, you gotta be real. Arsenal, if we're trying to buy players, I'm sitting there saying, you know, we're in London, innit? I'm telling Partey and all these man that, you know, where it's a London thing, innit? There's bare raves, Nof Gyal, come and do this thing, innit? You got peas. I'm doing that. If I'm Newcastle, I'm going, yo, you heard, I know you as a foreigner, London's lit, but Newcastle's just like London, bro. I'll be telling them white lies. It's just like London, this, that, and the other. You got a gas man. I'll be doing that. Get them over the lines. Get Saint Maximin to come. You don't think they gas Saint Maximin? You don't think Burnley gassed that Cornet brother at Lyon? Bro, you don't go from Lyon and randomly end up at Burnley. There's no man them there. You know, he's probably not even getting no tactics. He's like, Sean Dyche probably like, you just run around, mate. Just get around. You got legs, get about. You know, and the others have to do stuff. You're probably gassing him like Burnley's like this and that. It's quiet, it's this and that. It's like when Swansea were in the Prem, bro. The area of Swansea, with respect, is fucking boring as shit. They probably gas, man, yo, this and that. You got to do these things. You don't think Chelsea are a different club to Arsenal because they're winning stuff, but you don't think on top of everything they didn't sit there and go to have us. You know, it's a London thing, innit? People really underestimate how much of an attraction London is. Look how Man City struggle to bring in players because Manchester isn't typically a nice place, you know, but man can get in. Well, to be fair, we're being your footy sounding for Man United. And that's one thing that obviously saves United is that they've done this thing. I don't eat pork, bro. I said vegan sausage roll, my guy. Hey, Geordie Shaw. Hey, man, there's no brownings on that, so I'm not involved still. I don't know a single Spurs fan, maybe because I'm from Leicester, though. I know too many, bro. I know too many. Like I said, I know one that used to be a Newcastle fan. Don't be shameless, bro. If you return to Newcastle, get the fuck out of here. He's actually been on my channel before. LP, bro. Fuck, I'm naming your name. I ain't no snitch. But LP, bro. Yeah, I've had him on here. When I had my friends on there time ago, bro, I told you like this. I want to see what he's doing. Imagine if they tried being Willett, that bro kept them up last season. To be honest with you, if you're trying to do the superstar thing, Joe Willock's not a superstar, in it. So, but hey, what's 27 million to these millionaires now, in it? It's minor. Make sure you're smashing that like button, people. Cornet can't wait till a club comes. Bro, Cornet's just there, bro. I know there's not, bro. I guarantee Burnley, can you even buy planting, bro? Like, how far do you have to walk to buy planting? It's a myth for Cornet, man. He knows his stuff out there, bro. Like, hey, he knows his stuff. We've off topic, people. There's 200 odd of you locked in. We've only got 54 likes. Come on, let's fix that up a bit. You lot are doing the guy dirty, man. Basically, the majority of the owners' net worth are clubs they own, whereas Saudi investment is the GDP of Saudi Arabia. But yeah, I have to deal with it, innit? This is what it is. This is, to be fair, you've known these things can happen and are coming. No, on a serious question. No, on a serious, bro, Cornet you defo can't get Plant in there. You know, you defo, bro, he's defo having to get Jollof somewhere else. There's no yard shops there 100%. Like, you know, boss man ain't running his little, you know, his little butchers and that. It's a myth. It's a myth. And it's a myth I wouldn't want to be part of. I can't cap, man. I can't lie, man. Maybe the houses are nice and that, but that's a myth. But homegrown planted, that is shit. Probably get black pudding in that if that's what you're on, but sounds tired, man. But in relation to Newcastle's new owners, that's where I'm at, people. You know, let me make my timestamp. That's where I'm at. Keep your opinions on such coming and whatnot. We'll get into Ramsey and Kulusevski in a bit. Apparently, Arsenal beat QPR. Haven't seen no highlights. Haven't seen the game, but allegedly Ainsley Maitland-Niles, Lacazette, and Martinelli all played well, allegedly. You know, so again, it'd be lovely if Arsenal were to show the highlights or stream it like they did with the Watford game. But it is what it is, man. It's crazy, man. The more I see pictures of Jack Wilshere, the crazier it gets. Apparently, Alex Thompson, who I think is a journalist on that Newcastle thing, he said, as a lifelong Newcastle supporter, I felt sick this morning. No time for Ashley, but he doesn't murder and dismember journalists or chop people's head off or treat women as third-class humans on an industrial scale. What the hell has football become? Boy, football lost its morals a long time ago. And when you put it like that, it's absolutely disgusting. Really and truly. It's a bit brazy. And actually, I know a couple of Newcastle fans, and they got mad in my group chat, bro. Man said crying tears when we win the league someday. I'm crying. Someone said I'm happy for us. Ashley is a cunt. Boy, Newcastle ready to go. What? My word. Bro, sounding mad. Obviously, the ethics in it. You know, good old sports washing. Frederick is saying, boy, ethically, it's a mazza. I can't listen. I have to do my research in it. I don't know about what these lot are doing or whatnot, but you do see these things and hear these things. And obviously, football's sadly lost its morals a long time ago. They don't care about racism. They don't care about oppression. You know, ethics has gone out the window. What did you see in relation to what have you all heard in relation to the Qatar's World Cup and migrant workers? What did you all hear with Brazil 2014? What have you know, Super League? What did that bring into it? And actually, the people that were actually telling us, Sky Sports, you know, Premier League, all of these people that were sitting there and saying that Super League is bad. They were lying to you lot. Not what that slogan isn't wrong, but they didn't care about integrity of the game like you lot. You know, they cared about their pockets. Everyone it's just you know, everyone's just trying to make peace. There's no morals. And you look at in COVID times, go back a year or so, you know, when most people are still struggling, but when most people don't have 14, 15 quid to spare for a game on top of, you know, to watch something online on top of the subscription they're already paying, much less the game wasn't even flagship game. Like it weren't even a Man United, a Man City derby or something. Manchester derby, apologies. It's an issue, you know. No, there's no morals in football. There's none. There's not a single club that is probably 100% ethical. Even the one I fucking love. Let's be real with ourselves, you know. Let's be real. Football lost its morals a long time ago. Football doesn't care about a lot of stuff because these people live in a utopia. These people can do whatever they want. So if anyone's sympathizing with things like that, of course I get it. And I think, you know, the saddest thing is there's not a damn thing you can do to stop it. Money talks. You know, Premier League, if they cared about integrity, if these things allegedly are true, they would put plans in place so that they can't take over, you know. But again, there's issues over everyone. Even Abramovich has got little bits and pieces and ones and twos over him. Stan Kroenke, the same. Every fucking owner. I don't know too much about Joe. Is it Joe Lewis at Spurs or Daniel Levy? But I'm sure Spurs fans could probably dig up a dirt as well. So ethics is a whole nother thing. And anyone on that, yeah, man. T-Bond, you're a harsh guy. What do Arsenal benefit by giving Wilshere a place to train? You know, first and foremost, we claim we're a touch of class. We have to look after our own, and Wilshere's done that. We protect somebody's mental health. We protect someone that's our own. We allow him, you know, a scope to get his coaching badges to help our young players and keep fit and whatnot. Past that, you know, give man a reason to wake up, bro. Like, you know, people don't look at footballers like they're human. You know, Wilshere's clearly strong mentally, but you know, he must have given up on himself a million times to know that, all right, cool, I might not be an Arsenal player, but man's waking up. You know, I'm going into training. Bro, I know myself. I've told you a lot about depression. I was, you know, more money than I probably could afford to spare people just to get to the Emirates. And Arsenal tickets are amazingly expensive. That was the only place I felt like home. Honestly, I can't explain it. Same way with football, you know. Sunday league, hella times, you know, things are going on in my personal life. There's issues, but for that 90 minutes, win, lose, or draw, I feel free. Like, I feel like there's a purpose in that. Even with YouTube, and I've always said it to you lot gave me a purpose. Again, you lot made me feel like, you know, there's something here, and that's why I appreciate you lot every day. So there's therefore things to be gained. You know, you can't always judge things on life just based on, you know, what are we doing here? I'm not saying you, I'm just saying for the people that might, okay, what, Wilshere's not going to play, fuck him then. That's not how, you know, if you walk through life and you do things just based on what people can offer you, I think it says a lot about you. You know, the way, the real true mark of judging a man or a woman or whatever is how they treat people that can't offer them nothing. You know, I'm sure you will see it. For me, you know, I've seen CEOs, like in my previous job, CEOs of businesses and companies, multi-millionaires, you know, rub shoulders with the elite, all these things, show the same respect to the cleaners as they do with their business partners, learn everyone's first names and all of these sort of things, treat everyone just like a fucking human, bro, you know, really and truly. And you never know, you never know. There might come a time where Arsenal might need Wilshere away from playing one day. I'm reaching a bit, but you get the point. So yeah, man, it's an interesting one. It really is an interesting one to sit there and have, man. But yeah, that's what I feel. Keep your opinions and whatnot coming. And obviously, that's an emotionally charged answer. Don't get it twisted, because I'm Jack Wilshere FC. Anyone else, F off. I wouldn't even care. But yeah, man's gonna put 1 month for food in the fridge, bro. He needs to, bro. He needs to. Do you believe the Martinelli rumors? I believe that he is upset about not playing. I want you to be upset about not playing. I don't believe rumors in that he wants to leave and whatnot, but I'll be kidding myself if I also, on the back of that, said that I didn't believe that. It has to be in the back of your head at 20 years of age. You know, it's got to be a bit mind-boggling. It's a bit like Lucas Torreira to a degree. It's completely different in that he's gone from having one sort of reputation at Arsenal to being a bit part player. And I think this is someone who's scored 12 times, played 50 games, you know, should be playing a lot more football. But saying that, I know the team was in a different health and the squad wasn't good enough, but he did start the start of the season. You had chances against Chelsea and Brentford. You excelled there, there's issues. You know, if he excelled in them games and Smith Rowe and Saka came in and they were moving shaky, like with Lacazette ahead of Aubameyang, them pressures were there. Now, unfortunately for him, unfortunately for the club, everyone had standout performances against Spurs, so he's got to have to wait. Arsenal was always, it's a bit like, you know, anyone, the player that isn't always playing when we win, they should have been playing when they lose. They shouldn't, you know, what's going on with their futures every week. And we're already seeing it, you know. Maitland-Niles early in the season had his little phone business. Leno's had something to say. Now you've obviously got rumors around Martinelli. There's, you know, people are saying what's going on with Pepe and all these things. And I might be missing out a next one. You could probably imagine Rob Holding, Callum Chambers, these guys' futures are going to be subject to speculation. Even Balogun going out on loan, which probably should have happened. So, yeah, man, there's always going to be unhappy players. There's always going to be unhappy players at this football club now. But they're just going to have to wait until January to sort out their situations, because I'm not being funny. Like, especially where Eddie and Nketiah and Balogun are concerned. I can't lie. You lot are fucking idiots if you're actually upset about your situation, because you lot have caused it. With respect, you know. For Balogun, love that he's been linked with loans. Loved it. What I should call this something. Players need loans. Do you believe Martinelli rumors? You know, I've always said once you get to a certain age, you need to blame yourself for why you haven't played. Joe Willock, you know, he needed to go on loan ages ago or leave permanently. You know, Balogun can only moan at himself if he doesn't play significant periods, because obviously he's very naive as a young man. He wants to play for Arsenal. But once you get past that prestige, once you get past the fancy little pictures at the Emirates and the new squad number and the fancy articles, and you get down to business and you look at the practicalities of things, you was always relying on a miracle. Now, things can change in the season, but at least for this first furlong of the season, bro, your game time's limited. Speculation over Lacazette. He stayed. You're not playing ahead of him. The same goes with Aubameyang. Martinelli barely gets a look in. For me, he plays ahead of you. You know, Eddie Nketiah clearly is still ahead of you in the pecking order because he can barely get minutes. The minute it came to the cup game, got minutes. So you should have known it's gonna be a tough one. You know, obviously things can happen. Like at the start of the year, we had injuries and COVID opportunities presented itself. You know, realistically, that wasn't going to happen. There's no Europa League, so that shaves out a couple of fixtures out of the game and game time for your young players and your squad players. So we should have known this. And it's a season where we need to find stability. So as much as I think it's a season for young players, and you know, we're seeing the young back five, and you know, you're seeing all of these things at a time. I don't think it is. I don't think it's a time for just bare opportunities. I think we need to, you know, really improve, get some consistency and whatnot. And you know, if Balogun needs to be out of his comfort zone. I've been saying for over a year, the man is serving no purpose playing under 23s. He's not out of his comfort zone. I don't fucking care if he's ripped up Brighton and done all these skill things. And I'm passionate about youth football because Balogun is wasting time. You know, not because of him. You know, who am I to tell you anything? If you get a look in next week and you play and whatever, justified, whatever, but you need to be out your comfort zone. I don't care that Balogun's done one fantastic bit of skill and won a penalty, bro. I've seen him duppy man at under 23s all the time. He's been nominated for Premier League Player of the Month. Well sold. The man's got talent. But I need to see you in games like Brentford where you're out of your comfort zone. You learn more. I'm sure he learned more against Brentford than he has in these little Mickey Mouse games, playing against people he's been mashing up every year. And the same goes for half of these young players at half of these clubs. You're playing the same guys you've grown up with, mashing them up. You're in a stronger team. You know, you're physically stronger, better. Speed of thought is better. You know, you're just wasting time. And he needs to go out on loan, be outside your comfort zone. What standard of loan? I'm not sure, because if I'm a Premier, I would like him to go Premier League and all these things. But if I'm a lower end Premier League team trying to stay in the division, does getting Balogun on loan, you know, he's learning the tricks and trade. I need to keep my job. So loan the man out, let him get minutes, let him be out of his comfort zone. Same way Tyrese John-Jules is at Blackpool in the Championship. Try and find a thing like that for Balogun if you can't get him in a top division. And there's clearly interest because, you know, Swansea were on him on loan. Brentford tried buying him permanently. So people know what he's on, you know. And the trickiest thing is, do you know what? The wickedest thing is, I would loan him out as soon as January opens. But at the same time, can you really do that? Because you need to sort out Eddie Nketiah. You try, for me, Eddie has to leave in January. If you want something, he has to leave. Lacazette open to leaving. Practicality is he's not going to leave in January unless a madness happens. So you've got Aubameyang and Lacazette and Martinelli. Obviously, injuries can change the landscape. So I do hope that Balogun sees a lot more first team football in the second half of the season. Because right now it's fucking frustrating, man. Like, it's very frustrating, you know, because I see a young, naive man. I have to ask, what's your agent on as well? Like, again, I don't know what the club is saying internally. If they've said, you know what, you have to bide your time, stay internally at the club, you'll get your minutes, fair play. You know, if that's what you want to believe, the club didn't put no gun to your head to sign that deal. And now you're at the stage where if you look back in May, you know, at next May 2021, and you compare where you was in August to where you are now, if you ain't improved or you feel you haven't, you have to take responsibility now. You need to be selfish about your careers. You need to be selfish. Look at Joe Willock. The minute you went on loan in January, you made a name for yourself in the Premier League far more than you ever did at Arsenal. You know, you need to remove emotion and do what's best for your career. I'm not saying leaving Arsenal is the right or wrong one. I'm just saying it just seems like a lot of these young players, they fall for naiveties. Look at Timo Adjerin, you know, sold by, technically there's a buy option, but sold by Chelsea. When it was time to leave on the free, they promised you everything under the sun. Thomas Tuchel said they'll use you. And we have to be fair to managers. You can't do everything, you know. Fans want everything. Fans want 11 youngsters making their debut every week. Perfect football. They, by the same logic, they don't want the team to change. You can't have it all. Every time you make a young player, you have to justify stuff. Like yesterday, Gavi's a bit different, but you know, if he starts and he looks like a 17-year-old in a semi-final against Italy, then man have to face the heat. But he bossed it. So you need to go and solidify yourself and certify yourself and things like that. You know, Balogun's got talent. For me, I want him to make it at Arsenal. But for me, if he can't, then the academy needs to provide top dollar. Like you see with Tammy Abraham at Chelsea. Gone on some loan spells. Had an opportunity at Chelsea. Excelling at Roma. They've got a buyback option. But they've presented some decent funds. You look at him, Tomori, all of these guys. You look at how much Mason Mount's probably saved Chelsea. And Reece James and whatnot and all these things. If guys can't progress, they should be sold. And whether just because they're going to be sold doesn't mean you don't need to be proactive with their development. The man's a baller. He's been showing it. He's beat up Chelsea. He's beat up Brighton. For what it's worth, Arsenal will consider potential loan moves for Balogun during the January window if Mikel Arteta continues to overlook the striker. Balogun committed his long-term future to the Emirates in April following a string of promising youth level performances, but chances to make a name for himself in the first team have proven rare despite holding a senior squad role. I mean, you're a squad player in all but name. You train with the seniors, but come weekend, you're going off with the 23s out. Of recent, when's he been in the matchday squad, people? He's played 18 minutes in all comps, people, since obviously the opening defeat to Brentford. You didn't start in the cup game. You didn't, you got your start against Chelsea because of things happened. I mean, I don't want to say take your chance because he's still developing. And I think there's been a lot of circus stuff said regarding someone who's developing. But narratives can change. If he bagged against Brentford and bagged like with Martinelli, then they might, they might be seeing a bit more. So it is what it is. And to be honest with you, game time looks limited. So for me, that needs to be something to look to get going, people. He scored 9 goals and has 3 assists in 18 Premier League appearances, people. So he's doing his thing. I don't think we played 18 games, people. I think that was last term. He's also picked up 1 assist and captained the side this year, people. He's doing his thing, Apparently, he will keep having chances while he's with us. He will get chances, but are they chances to really develop or improve? I don't know. But these that have to blame themselves. You can blame your advisors. You can blame whatever, but you've got to take accountability now. The club don't care about you in that regards. And that's not just Balogun. That's everyone, every young player, every club. They don't care about you. They care about what you do. I'm not saying they don't care about you from a human point of view, but it's sink or swim, and you need to do what you can do to develop. But I don't know if this is it, but what am I to tell? Balogun knows his career best. Hopefully it works out. I want him, Tyrese, John Jules, all these guys to make it here or have opportunities. So we'll see how it's happening. 240 odd of you locked in. Please make sure we're hitting that like button, people. We're still only at 93 likes. Unexpected high bills for everyone who hasn't hit that like button. So yeah, man, let's keep going with some of these questions, some of these comments. Big up yourself. They don't loan them because if there are injuries, and I mean a few injuries in a row, they hinder their progress in the end. I'm not sure what you're saying there, but people can get injured whether they're on loan or elsewhere. I'd say if you pick the right loans, the right clubs, play for the right gaffers and whatnot, then things can happen. Man said, come on, Haaland number 9 at St. James's Park. People deluded gas. Hey, Gonna get all them guys, man. I tell you what, you lot should buy Lacazette though. I'm late and I'm scared. Richest owners in the Premier League by a long shot. I'm not scared because it don't really affect us as much as I said it does. Does it really? We're not challenging for league titles. If anything, City and these man should. Really. Big up DG, everyone who's here, smash the like. I'd keep Martinelli's different. Martinelli's, if you know what, if despite people going off the COVID, if Martinelli isn't gonna play, he needs to go out on loan. But for me, Martinelli's a bit different. I think Balogun needs to go out on loan. I think Martinelli needs to be given chances. Jack Wilshere knows what it's like. He'll motivate the boys by example with training them. For me, it's about the difficult moments. You know, Jack Wilshere's career has been very speculated. Is it again the way Jack Wilshere's been talking about? The way Balogun was spoke about without even playing a first team game, the way people are, doing the circus thing with Charlie Patino, Miguel Aziz, and all of these guys, Wilshere can help them learn how to deal with that, how to handle that, really and truly, how to somewhat cope with it, because only they can help themselves, man. There's always a benefit, bro. A man said, weird how you're the least deluded gooner on the web. Big up, DG. I'm not too sure of that, but is what it is. I hate those sugar daddies, boy. Sugar daddy owners, boy. I'm on it. Keep coming. We need it. Like, we need it. Adapt or survive. I tried to do the other way. Now we need to do the thing, man. And this is it. The foreign money is what made the league the biggest in the world. You can't have it both ways. Exactly. The foreign money, the foreign players, foreign owner, Arsene Wenger coming here and giving Ferguson stuff to think about and so on and so forth. Pep, Jose and whatnot, the foreign sponsors, Premier League, why don't they care? As soon as something got lifted that Premier League rights can be viewed in certain lands, this deal's going through. So again, big Premier League rights in the Middle East, in America, Australia, etc. There's big foreign money because there's big foreign interest in this league. Everyone's got dirt, man. Football's about money. As I said, I tried to do the moral thing. I wanted Arsenal to be a beacon of ethics. I wanted them to be the one shining hope and say we can do it the right way. But fuck it, we tried it, man. We tried to do the kumbaya thing. It's now time to meet violence with violence. When did the Premier League really care about any oppression or fairness or anything other than money, apart from Poppy Day and when players have passed away? Bro, when you find out, tell me, innit? Ethically, it's crazy, but it's weird how people pick and choose regarding ethics, especially when it comes to owners. Adam, 100%. People start picking and choosing, well, killing people, but that one killed women. That one killed young women and kids. That one just killed ex-government people. That one, this and that. You're right, man. And it's like life. It's like rappers. I can't lie. Man, they sit here and say they don't like murder and all these things. And listen, we sit here, we listen to rappers, shoot them up, kill them, shank, this, that, and the others. It's quite scary. Life, we're all hypocrites in life. Everyone on this planet is a hypocrite to some form. We might need someone richer than Ek. Bro, to be fair, I'm on a humble thing. I'm not watching these lot going Harrods and stuff. I'm just want to be able to get a PS5 and that which Daniel Ek provides. Listen, that's all I want. I hear you lot with all of that, but we need that. Bro, football was never built on ethics, bro. Look at the ethics of Arsenal fucking Football Club, bro. We shagged Spurs to not get relegated. We came all the way from South London. I'm sure Man United aren't exactly clean as well with Sir Alex Ferguson and many other clubs, man. A man said, DG, can you get some of these under 23s to come down to Bristol City? My second team need a hand. To be fair, need to loan them out. I swear you lot got one young player called Alex Scott. Fair play. Got Alex Scott or something. Scott, he's a decent player. I'd like a look of it, man. Be better to compete off money generated. Wouldn't want to become City or Chelsea. The win doesn't mean as much on an unlimited budget. Joe, fair play. Doesn't give a fuck to me. I'm sure, bro. Champions League is Champions League, Prem is Prem, but I'm not going to sit there and go, but you man done this, you man done that. I even hear Liverpool fans talk about City and Chelsea buying the league. Last time I checked, the narrative isn't quite as strong. And, I don't get twisted. Klopp built that, but they spent peas. Are you going to do interviews with some Arsenal youngsters? Easier said than done. I got a bit cop blocked in the summer, and it was quite disheartening. A lot of the way I'm getting now is there's a lot of internal hate, man. A lot of people trying to shut down the thing and do a lot of things. So I don't know, but I'll keep trying, man. Football was never built on morals. So happy to see Wilshere back. Just pray we help his career. Wish he plays for us again. Arsenal forever. I'm sure there must have been a slight uproar when the Mansours came in. They've done some decent things in Manchester. They're always going to be. People don't want competition. Is the watch along tonight on Twitch or YouTube? As I said, it's on Twitch, people. Like yesterday, 7:15. Join me on Twitch. Make sure you're following and subscribing on Twitch. Checking your schedules on Twitch for those of you who are on Twitch, and setting your reminders as well, people. Pardon me, because as you lot can see here, if you allow me to share my screen with you guys, as you lot can see here, we spoke about Basuma earlier today. One love to everyone that was here. Later today, it's Belgium versus France in a live stream. Tomorrow is Football Manager business. And yeah, you can, that's one thing I wish YouTube had. You can stay up to date when things are actually coming out, folks. So yeah, make sure you're taking that in. I've dropped another link. I really should have pinned one to the chat, really. I've effed up in that regard. Smash the like button, folks. Can we get to 200 likes? Belgium v France, 7:15 p.m. live stream, only on Twitch. So yeah, man. And the man are talking about ethics as well, and that's a great point from Stylish. Man said ethics. Arsenal turned their back on Ozil when it came to Muslims in China. Also true, distanced themselves from that real quick. A lot of clubs pick and choose. Let's be real. You know, the ethics thing is subjective, very subjective. Pick and choose, much like this whole country, England, I'm referring to. Pick and choose when ethics are involved. You know, RIP that lady who was attacked by the police officer and whatnot. But, you know, a lot of definitely minority communities have been warning you about the atrocities that police commit. Some police officers commit against men, women, children, etc. And people didn't want to hear it. It's only when it happened to a certain sort of person that looks a certain sort of way that people want to say, "Oh, maybe all the police aren't good uns." When we've seen them, their feet on the necks of women, roughing up little kids. Boy, you know, this past year, do you know how much times I've been gripped up? Oh my God. I've been stopped in a shirt and suit. I've been stopped in a trackie, you know. And a lot of people will say, well, have you got nothing to hide? And we're not going over that. We all know, like, we all know what happens. I've got a scar on my bloody face from the police as a school kid. So, yeah, man. But away from all of that, people pick and choose ethics, man. Arsenal, boy, you know what? Arsenal have a sponsorship with a coffee company that supports. Morals went out the window. Listen, there's certain things you can't really mention on YouTube, but you're gonna get onto, man. But yeah, bro, people pick and choose these moral things. People in all societies, people pick and choose this moral thing. You know, people always pick or choose this moral thing, and people rarely stand on things. If I'm honest with you, people rarely stand on things. So, boy, it's an interesting one, man. Very interesting one. Else have we got to say here? Interesting comments. They'll keep them coming. Man said Laka who? Hey, don't worry, my man can give you a scout. And Lacazette is sick, man. Trust. Come on by him. I got one sick striker for you, like Eddie and Ketia. You know, Alan Shearer knows exactly like him. I think he broke his record at England youth level. It's only gonna cost you a little 20 million in January. Come shout me. Got things for you. You lot wanted Rob Holding. You lot got the bank for that now. Come, man. Just a little cheap one, little 40 mil, nothing major for the Saudi Arabia millionaires. How old are you? 49, undefeated. Do you think Tommy deserves to get dropped? No, he had an underwhelming game against Brighton, but no. And plus, I'm not being funny. Dropping for who? Ainsley Maitland-Niles at fullback. Boy, mad thing. Why bring religion into football? Then both don't mix. Football is some people's religion and football unites us. I mean, football, like life, football is a vehicle to voice opinions. And I would say that's true, but football is a religion in itself, but it is a chance to raise causes. So I don't think you've understood fully what South London's finest has said. Again, Ozil was raising awareness on an ethnic group that is marginalized in China, and which was Muslims. They're not going to say Christians because they weren't Christians. DG Pogba signing a new deal. To be fair, he looks like he's stable, but one minute you hear certain people saying urging caution. I think it's in the balance. I think there's every chance he signs a new deal. I think there's every chance you try PSG and Madrid. Honestly, I just think it's a payday thing for Mino Ronaldo. It's like whichever one sucks up to Mino Ronaldo pause the best gets him to stay. And for Pogba, if that's where he wants to stay and where he feels home, then it just needs to get done, man. Imagine dropping a defender after a clean sheet because of a hard-fought match. Interesting comments all the way, man. If we manage to get into the Champions League in the next 2 years, it'll be satisfying because we would have done it the right way. Yeah, I mean, you look, and I don't think that, I mean, everyone wants to look at their club as doing it the right way, as being the ones with clean hands where everyone's hands got mud on them. But come on now, man. Or if people want a richer owner than Eck, just buy Spotify and make the guy rich. I will go get Adama Traore. He's just what we need. Thank me later. I'm not going to thank you at all because I think that's bullshit. Pardon me. I don't feel what 70 million on Adama Traore. We've already got it. We've already got enough frustrating players and headless chickens. Like playing right back, I'm not spending 70 million on the right back. I don't need no WWE characters. You know, I don't need people with bare baby oil on their arms. That's a myth. Oh, get the trophy by any means, bro. You lot can do the ethnics thing as long as you're not killing anyone. And the obvious, boy, just go out and bring the trophy. Everyone wants to say, well, we spent £2, you spent £20 to do that. Like, allow it, man. Oh, we're done out here. Tune heading for the stars. I hope not. I hope not. Let's carry on fighting. Let's see what's going on. Away from that, though, people. Right, sorry, people. What it's worth, the Saudi-led takeover of Newcastle could be completed as soon as today. That's the latest I've just seen on Sky Sports. That was 3 hours ago. So, yeah, things could happen, innit? Things can happen. Bro, you can't get frustrated by Pepe and say Adama. Bro, Adama is shit, blood. A man said do a watch-along for Nigeria versus the Central African Republic. Love to the Central African Republic and one love to the Flygerians out there. But once again, I'll be doing a watch-along at 7:15 of Belgium versus France. That's what I'm watching, my guy. Big up DG from New Zealand. Gonna light up a zoo. If you no clue what a zoo is, my guy, but appreciate that. One love, man. Post it to London. What was that? Hey, calm down, bro. Calm down. Yeah. What? Cali, the flavors and that, cookies and that. But yeah, man. Man said the Dharma is just a juiced up in Wolby. A man said I had a police dogs biting me 35 years ago at Swansea game. I mean, I've been chased by police dogs. Good thing you can hop fence. It's a myth. Bro, Adama Traore is fucking shit, blood. Did that? Come on, man. Nah, he's not rubbish. I'm overdoing it, but that's dead, man. I don't want to see someone thinking they're the strongest man in the Midlands. I don't want to see baby oil. Like I said, I don't need no WWE characters, man. We've already got enough stupidness at the club and people in and around the club. I don't need no more characters. I need good footballers. Do I think Adama's good? Not necessarily. I don't think he's bad. I don't think he's worth 40 to 70 million, these sort of things there. So I'd leave that one alone. I do think if he did have end product and did have a brain in the final third, with respect to Wolves, he wouldn't be there. He'd be at a top club. This FIFA thing got people obsessed with Adama. Bro, it's tired, man. Maybe the galley will be cool with Adama. But nah, man, that one's a man. I did love for your opinion, but I ain't faking you later for that. That's frustrating. We've already got frustrating people, man. Bro, Adama's gonna go on a purple patch, but it's not gonna change my opinion. I do think if Adama patterns the work, the end product, he leaves Wolves and he plays at higher levels. You know, I think there is a player in Adama, but I also think, Delafeu the same. There's a reason these guys are not at Barca and them things again. It's because their end product, once they get past the final third, is effing trash. Like, it's trash. Like we've already been, bro, we spent 70 odd million on Pepe, you know. We spent 52 million on Lacazette. You man really want to spend them peas there on Adama? Ain't you lot had enough of mismanagement of finances? I don't know. Fair play, though. Fair play. Why not, man? Why not? Why not, man? If the Newcastle takeover didn't happen, would Arsenal want Saint Maximin? No. And Saint Maximin's another player, wavy. I actually like it, Saint Maximin. I'd love him at Arsenal, but again, the end product, you get away with that at Newcastle because no one's really on his levels. But if the end product was certified, bro, he would not be there. You know, he's a quality player. I think he can be a quality player, but again, end product. Bro, St. Maximin is better, but they're both in the same boat in that they both start getting nosebleeds when they're in the final third. Man said DG on form today. Bro, bodybuilders for what, bro? We trying to look like we're in Pentonville with Adama Traore and Lacazette taking pictures in the corner at London Coley. This is dead, fam. Soon home and that. I ain't got time for that, man. Trying to get good footballers, man. Come on. Guy's gonna come London and he's just gonna be chilling with it. Is it Damson, Idris, and Idris Alba and all them, you know, all them guys that the honeys go mad over, Deludaguna, all them sort of man there. It's crazy. Has there been a case of a takeover that's gone wrongly? QPR comes to mind. Blackburn a couple of years ago comes to mind, where I swear some dons that own chicken farms or a chicken shop goes there. It didn't bang. Yeah, man. Crazy. He'll give us what we need to get back to top four. I can't lie. I'm happy you're not in charge of transfers. That's tired, man. DG, how serious is Arsenal's interest in Dominic Calvert-Lewin? I mean, I do think we have an interest, but again, once you consider all the factors, it's a myth. But Adama under the right coach can give you something. It's true, you know. As I said, all Adama Traore needs to work on his end product, and he could be a quality player. But it's a bit like with Tammy Abraham, in that I would have taken Tammy, but we've already got players, whether it's Saliba on loan, whether it's Lokonga who's just walked in, Tavares who needs to develop, you know, how is even the experienced ones as well going to go to the next level? But you look at Ben White, Ramsdale, Martinelli, Balogun, Eddie's still on the books. You know, we've got a couple of these different stages, but these young players where we're not necessarily seeing the development or seeing what they can do for their potential. So why are we going to add more to it? Like, which would have been a Dharma. And again, I haven't, you know, I can't lie. There's no assurances in football, but for the fees that they're going to ask for a Dharma, we need assurances. We didn't get assurances with Lacazette and Pepe, so man need to learn. You man don't want to. You man accuse Arsenal of being mediocre and wanting mediocre things, and then call for these guys. Adama is a decent creator, scorer, not much. I mean, he's a creator because he'll run like a headless chicken, and the carnage will make things happen. There's got to be a reason, even though a couple of years ago he was doing his thing and really looking like he's doing such. No one really went for him, and Spurs are the only ones now. I wouldn't mind Spurs grabbing him, but yeah, man. All that needs to be said about Adama is that the national team is choosing Sarabia over him. I don't see the penny dropping with Adama. I mean, it could happen, but I don't know, man. Man said Mustafi under the right coach can give a team something too, technically. To be fair, there was a point where Arsenal didn't lose a game with Mustafi, I swear. And we was gassing up the Mustafi, and then he started getting sat on his ass and started moving like he's in King of Diamonds, getting spanned by Eden Hazard. And Mustafi got to the point where I don't know if any other Arsenal fans agree, but do you think sometimes when our players get ripped so much and do Kalas things, they start pressing the self-destruct button and Kalasing themselves? Like, Mustafi just started Kalasing himself and giving them up on himself. There's one thing I'll never ever forgive Mustafi for, and that would be in a cup final. You know, clearly Aguero's onside. You're standing up there looking at the ref, flat-footed guy, and he's offside. Sergio Aguero, one of the most lethal Premier League strikers at the time and in the history, running through on goal. Like I said, at Wembley in a cup final. You know how the story went. After that, I can't. If you ever do something like that, then I know you're not for me, you're not for this club, because I don't need to. You lot of a certain standard. I don't need to tell you why that example of what he was doing was idiotic. It's a mazza, man. If Ainsley man said Ainsley, I'm guessing if St. Maximin worked with better trainers and coaches, his end product would get better. True, but ifs and buts, you know. If your female cousin had a dick, she'd be, you know, she'd be a boy, in it. Like ifs and buts are a myth. Don't miss my Belgium versus France. Watch along tonight on Twitch 7:15 business. Shout out the night, but 100%. Let's get into some of this transfer stuff as well, though, folks. Man, I need to start. No. yeah, let's get into things. The first thing for me is a player that Arsenal wanted since 16 years of age, and it's Kulusevski. I think if Spurs, like you're seeing, apparently Spurs are onto him. We'll scroll down in a sec. In fact, let me scroll down here, people. For Fabio Parisi, who's actually given an interesting statement about what he plans to do at Spurs. Apparently, Tottenham are considering a January move for Juventus forward Dejan Kulusevski. Now, for me, if this 21-year-old is available, we need to do it. He can play on the flanks. He can play in midfield. He can do a lot. He's a very technical footballer. Got a wand of a left foot. Bit introverted, and I don't think we're going to go for him because we've got Smith Rowe and Odegaard. But if there's an opportunity, they need to do it now. Probably move to Juventus too early. Allegedly, Allegri doesn't favour him. Big signing for Spurs if it did happen. It needs to happen, people. Apparently, the Spurs' new director of football is keen to be reunited with him. Arsenal need to be in this, man. We need to be involved. 7 goals, 7 assists last term. Again, not the best, but he struggled, though. And this season, he's only made 1 start. Pardon me. No disrespect, because it's difficult at Juventus. There's a whole heap of players. Apparently, Maximiliano Allegri don't really rate too tough. But for me, he's a player Arsenal wanted since fucking 16 years of age. He's a player we need to sign, people. If they're in for it, why not? I mean, what's Sven-Göran Eriksson saying? Sven-Göran Eriksson says Allegri has a problem with how Kulusevski plays. He's in his 2nd season since joining, and there's potential there. Let me see what Sven-Göran Eriksson said. He said, someone told me yesterday that Allegri thinks Kulusevski can't read the game good enough. I don't know what that means, but obviously the coach sees something that makes him not trust him 100%. But with the talent Kulusevski has, he can do things on his own. So it's very strange that he doesn't start every game. I don't think he should leave Juventus now, but if this goes on all season, that he's sitting on the bench, then I think he should leave. Also, at his age, with his talent, also for the Swedish national team, he needs to play regularly. He has to play a lot. If not, he won't become the great player we all hope he can. And he's someone that, if you're from them sides of the world, you knew how good he's going to be. We wanted him since 16 years of age. He's played on loan at Atalanta. We all saw what he used to do at Parma. He's a player I got a lot of time for. An absolute baller. An absolute baller. And he will tie in with what we're doing with the youngster stuff. And apparently Juventus want to sell him in January. So if it can be done, I'm not going to lie. I'm going to sound like a hypocrite. We more need to sign a central midfielder. So I don't think we're going to go for him here. I do think he can play in central midfield, but if I was to probably guess, he looks more of a 10 slash inverted creative out wide creator, really and truly. So I don't think we're going to go and do that. But for me, if there's any opportunity, you need to do it. He ties into what we have. There's resale value and all of this. Apparently, Kulusevski is struggling, and apparently it seems like they want to cut their losses, people. Several reports say Juventus players who thrived under Pirlo last season are set for the chop, and apparently Weston McKennie. I don't know how much that is to be believed. It's claimed Juventus knows Kulusevski could leave them and become a star at another team, but they're ready to lose him and feel it's best they end their relationship together now. If there's any opportunity to get this lad, they need to go and get it done. Like I just said, it needs to be done like yesterday, and for me anyways. And again, we're being linked. Well, we haven't been linked, but how long until we're linked with Aaron Ramsey? Aaron Ramsey, speaking of one-to-way Juventus players, could be someone to leave. Aaron Ramsey's Juventus future plunged into doubt, with Italian giants ready to cut their losses and ready to listen to offers for the out-of-favour Wales midfielder. So yeah, people. Oh gosh, what happened there? Shout the Glazers, but that weren't what we were supposed to be doing. So yeah, man, we all know injuries have played a part in Ramsey's career and such at Juventus as well. He struggled to make an impact. To be fair, at 30 years of age on a decent contract and at Juventus, him and his agent have won. Juventus have lost another expensive free transfer. But apparently they're trying to sell him. And apparently, with his contract due to expire at the end of next season, Sportsmail understand Juventus are willing to listen to offers for Aaron Ramsey. Premier League clubs were alerted to the former Arsenal man's availability last summer and may be encouraged to move again in January. Although the more probable outcome is that Ramsey moves at the end of the season, when Juventus can still command a fee for him, people. So yeah, man. How long before Arsenal are linked with him? It seems like we're getting the band back together. All it takes is a pay-as-you-play deal for Jack Wilshere until the end of the season, and then obviously get Aaron Ramsey back, and then things could happen, people. Kulusevski. Who else did we talk about? We spoke about Kulusevski. Adama got touched there. Ramsey. to Arsenal. I can't lie. I don't think you'll find another YouTuber who cares about you lot as much as me. You know, always make sure the timestamps are here for those of you that watch this thing on the replay and whatnot. Yeah, man. What else are you lot saying? Tune. DJ, I will never put my garbage in the trash and try to reuse it again. I think that's in relation to Aaron Ramsey. Kulusevski has the potential to be like Son, but it's a long shot. Don't think it's a long shot at all. Kulusevski is a baller. Apparently, he's an Arsenal fan. Kulusevski can ball, but needs a run of games. He can't get that at the moment in Juventus. Would be an interesting signing for sure. And I mean, it's not Mo Salah, but it's a bit like Mo Salah, bro. Like, man are looking at him left and right, and he needed a bit of love, obviously, after the Chelsea exit. You never know what things could do. I think Kulusevski's got a bag of potential. Like, seriously, for some reason or another, it's not banging in it. You must be trolling. Man said we can't attract big players right now. Adama will attract 2 to 3 players, which might create more space for someone like Aubameyang. I mean, unless you're asking him to bring through the Hodge twins or Simeon Panda and them bodybuilders, who knows? What's the guy who was fighting Bouncer Arms, Corleone and that? I don't know you, because I don't think man are gonna look and say, "Oh, Arsenal are serious. They spent big money on Adama." That's a very expensive personal trainer, ain't it? He has to make you wham in a week and that. Really? Spoke about Martinelli yesterday, bro. Check the timestamps from the last live stream. I don't think Rambo was ever Kevin De Bruyne tier or anything, but I'm still kind of shocked he didn't bang in Italy. Says a lot about the development of Serie A. Says a lot about Aaron Ramsey, really. Let's get to 200 likes. Come on, Anders. Appreciate you lot. I like McKennie. I didn't understand why they signed him, but I like him. But you've said McKennie is 30, not the player I would have chosen to go for, but huge potential, foot mentality, and experience well beyond his years. Man are just gassing up Tune. Big up you, Callum, and all you Newcastle fans should be gassing it. You're not making enough noise, really. I'll be making up. Oh, do you think I'll be live streaming if Stan Kroenke is busting out? Oh, I'd be moving like my geezer mates. I'll be outside Weatherspoons right now saying, yo, it's time. I've already offered my opinions on that, my guy, on Newcastle. So what I can do is give you the timestamp and you can go back in this vid and see my opinions. I don't really want to repeat the same things to you. So yeah, man. Take that in from 8:32 to 29:40 Newcastle takeover. Alexis needs to come home, bro. Where's his yard? The keys have changed. Fuck Alexis Sanchez, bro. The hottest loves have the coldest ends. Love that guy. You know, one of the you know, I'm never one that gets a name on the shirts and stuff, but Alexis is the only shirt I've got in a while. When he was amazing, you know, going to the Emirates week in, week out. The man was a star, but he sold himself to the devil. So fuck him. Can't come back, man. They might still get relegated. What, Newcastle? Nah, man, I want them to stay, man. I like Newcastle. You know, I'd be vexed if this is happening to Burnley, but I think Newcastle deserve it. And I hope it's a straightforward one where the owner actually cares. It's not a madness and all these sort of things. Adam's killing me. Man said Newcastle fan here, supported them since yesterday, Toon Army. Aye, bro, man, support Joe Willock and Patrick Vieira. So indirectly, you know, we might be able to do a little thing. Scumbag on the piano, but fuck him, man. Dickhead you, man. Alexis is my guy, man. Come home, bro. What home? This ain't your yard, bro. You need to holler Oli got a social or something. That's your new yard, bro. I don't know for this one. Bro, fair play. Shout out Twitch. Make sure you're following on Twitch as well. To be fair, I respect it from Alexis. You know, he wanted to get paid. He went and got paid because you was seeing in hindsight, PSG, City, Arsenal, they all gave him contract offers or wanted to keep him, but he wanted unrealistic offers. United was stupid enough to offer it to him. They thought they were going to get the Arsenal one. He got shagged, didn't it? Like, he got paid though. He got paid. He made England worth as well. He got to live in London, got to do his thing. Then he got paid, went back to Italy, and you know, wherever he is now is where it is, man. To be fair, City have been dodging bullets because imagine if they did get Fred and Alexis. Boy, if we're bringing the band back together, can we at least ring up Santi? The only one that needs to happen, man. And man said he wanted to leave United after the first training session. Bloody hell. Bloody hell. United, Sanchez was a glorified Willian. To be fair, he put a bit of respect on his name. Willian got 1 goal. on the last day of the season. I think Alexis stunk up the place, but he must have done more than that. Out of just general, surely, man, his first season. To be fair, I'm sure he scumbagged a couple goals against Yeovil and that, but to be fair, fucking hell, you're only 32. You've gone outside, Alexis, man. You idiot. You don't even need you, bro. We got Tavares who loves the dogs and does the RSPCA thing now, so you ain't got no need. I mean, in fact, you're right. I can't lie. His stats are robbed for United, didn't it? Fucking hell. Sorry for the swearing, Alexis Sanchez. Well, people, but Alexis, bloody hell. 80 goals, 45 assists, and 166 for Arsenal. 46 goals, 37 assists, and 141 for Barcelona. He was learning at Udinese, fair play. Again, 11 goals, 19 assists in 74 Inter. It's not even that. It's not that. For Alexis, it is, but it's not that bad. United, that's meaty. That is meaty. He's had a hand in, to be fair, 14 goals in 45 appearances. It does sound a bit better, but boy, 5 goals, 9 assists in 45 appearances. Man United. Was that worth the 500 bags a week or whatever he was on? He's got to, he's got to be one of the biggest flops in the Premier League in terms of the money he went for and judging him on that time. If I'm completely honest with you. And I've always said it, both I think we got the better deal because Mkhitaryan was slightly the better player, but he was shit as well. Like, that was the most expensive free transfer ever, and both teams got shagged. If you would have walked out with Martial or something, maybe it would have been cool, but both teams should have left it. Arsenal should have sold him in the summer. We just wanted to save face and say, look, we fixed up the situation. We let a man go for free, and we've got a next one. It's tired, man. Absolutely tired. But yeah, 20 appearances for Man United. 1 goal in the league, 3 assists. This is smelly. This is smelly. When you start the evidence, this is smelly. In the court of law, this is smelly. Alexis is guilty of being a fraud for the United thing. Really, that's a bit mad. This is smelly. I really do think the TROARE could do some of the ones. I don't know what you're saying there, Alexander. Sorry, bro. That spelling's a madness. Man said Alexis played himself and the piano at the same time, but he got paid though, man. Scary season. Like Tinted Rose Glasses has said, yo, DG, come on, people, up the likes. Only 140 odd, over 300 people watching. Appreciate that, man. To be honest, I think Giroud could still do a job for us. He'd be a good second striker. I mean, we need a second striker, but man, have to leave these things in the past, man. Alexis, Giroud, I can't lie, exceptions for Wilshere, but Ramsey, these things just got to get left in the past, man. If Alexis was banging 29, 30 goals a season for United, would he still be number 7? To be, bro, if he was doing his job, United are not going to get rid of him, innit? They give him Matter new deals and that. Phil Jones is still on the books. Lingard hangs around like a bad smell. If Alexis was doing the business, who knows? Maybe Jadon Sancho doesn't go there, because they say, well, we've got the wingers here and there and all these things. But fortunately, he's not doing that. FKA Shorts, you're not serious. Man said, bring back Ospina. I can't take that seriously. You don't like good things. I'm saying bring back 2 man. I'm saying bring back Giroud. What happened to Ryo Miyachi? Don't know, man. Random one. Were you ever close to supporting another club? No, man, because obviously born in Paris, it's always been a PSG thing, and then obviously I come to England, I was in primary school, I see Thierry Henry and I thought Arsenal would be my English club. So now it's always been that. It's always been that. Bro, you lot are bringing back some duds. Not Eduardo, sorry, but you lot are bringing back some. Bring Santi back in realistic terms. Bring Santi back. And bring Ozil back, man. Bring Ozil back as well, man. Fuck it. And yeah, Gnabri's dream chasing. Gnabri's that one there is gone. We have to accept that, but it is what it is, man. It is what it is with that one. Probably just gotta accept that, man. Time's a healer and that. Bro, Eduardo was certified. That's when Arsenal used to do scouting. How are you finding a Brazilian that plays for Croatia in Croatia? This is the scouting I'm talking about. Like, bring back Ramsey. You don't like nice things. Scalacci. It's getting silly now, isn't it, people? It's getting a bit mad. You lot are killing me, man. But keep them coming. Make sure you're hitting the like button, people. Make sure you're following on Twitch as well and all of those sort of things. Let me see if there's any other Arsenal rumours. Seems to be there's VLAHOVIC, but that's tired, man. Lord Bentner, he's one of the shittest, man. That's when you know what, with the Bentner love affair, that's when I realized Arsenal fans had a screw loose, man. Grew up with Dembele, yeah, bro. You get me? Them sides there. I went on this football thing. Would you bring back Song? Did you say you were born in Paris, DG? Yeah, bro. Right next to the Paris Saint-Germain stadium. You know the ones there. Of course, I speak French, bro. Trevor, come on. Moved to Paris young and that French is a bit shabby, but yeah, man. Hope you're having a blessed day, DG. With you guys, I always am. Most importantly, remember to stay healthy. One love, my guy. We need Chris Willett back to get us in the top 4. You know what? Yeah, I did think at one point he'd make the grade at Arsenal, and then I thought when it became clear Chris Willett wouldn't. I thought he'd have a better career than he's having now. Not that he's having a bad career at all. Man's playing professional football, and he's what at QPR or Huddersfield or one of them teams there. Back in London and all these things. To be fair, you got to shout them out because, 3 brothers all playing ball. Joe, Chris, obviously you've got Matty doing his thing. I think he's at Salford City now. Boy, it's lit. It's lit. If Van der Beek became available for 15 to 20, I would shoot my shot as Arsenal. I mean, I would get involved anyways, if I'm honest with you, man. I hope you're good, Mr. Bongo, as well, man. Would you bring back Song? Nah, GG. You're moving mad. Is there any other Arsenal things? And all these things, t-shirts pending. Do I really say that much? Fair play. Fair play, man. Not aware of half of these things. Apologies for ruining it for you lot. Bro, apparently he cost 18 grand. Wilshere, that is, cost Ramsey, 18 grand per minute this season. He's got a 7 million per year contract and has only played 69 times. Jug finesse. Crazy. I love it. Seeing if there's anything else. Calm. Was there no clues at all for Marlon? Clause at all for Marlon? There must have been some P's due for us, but apart from that, no big boy P's, no big boy benefits from that. We sold him for peanuts, really. So just have to hold it, man. Bring back Diaby. Sorry, bro, just joined the stream. What's happening with Wilshere? I mean, I'm gonna point you to the right. This long story short, he's back in training, in it, and he's doing his coaching badges. But there you have it. Well, interesting. I went uni in Paris, so I also PSG pre-Qatar, but obviously closer to Arsenal living in London. I feel bad, man. It's just a joke next, man. I feel bad, man. I feel bad because you actually believe in it. But you get me? One of them ones. You got around 800K for Marlon, bro. That I was vexed when Marlon left because I'm sure he left the year he went pre-season in China. He's playing with Eddie and that. They all went off. Morning, DG. Bring up yourself, my guy. Excellent analysis on some interesting content today. Good to see you and hear you and Harry collaborating yesterday. Big up H, man. Make sure you go and check that out on his channel and make sure you check out our last one that was on mine as well. Will you have Immobile? If so, how much would you pay for him? Nah. Not really with that one still. I can't lie to you. Let's leave that one there, man. I'm a Marseille man, bum PSG man. That shit, man. We're better than you, man, bro. I have a serious question. How many of us would take Wilshere over Xhaka? Show of hands. Wilshere's my doggy, innit? So yeah, but I'm not gonna lie. In my head, I know it probably should be Xhaka. It is Xhaka. The logic is Xhaka, but you know, football is emotional. I'm picking Wilshere. Really, I'm going against everything. It's Wilshere for me. 100%. It should be Granit Xhaka. And I thought they had something in common. It was tight. This I couldn't do it, man. No, but you get me. Still born in Paris, though. Man, raised hands, two hand raises. So I think we lost that one. I mean, I could, because we ain't had a YouTube poll. We could put that to a poll if it will load. It's not even loading. If it will load. No, I think we've already got one. So yeah, we can't, man. It's a bit of a madness. Wilshere, Xhaka, pure heart reasons, facts. Xhaka's out for 3 months. Wilshere 3 months loan. Wilshere for me. You got me. I had to, man. Next, it's just a running joke we got, man. But I couldn't let you know. I couldn't leave you there, man. I mean, it's Xhaka for me. There's more durability and all those things, but in my heart, you know, you have to go. You probably have to go elsewhere. Really, really, and truly. So it is where it is. Let's go 120, 40 again. Let's go with this Vlahovic rumors. Now on Vlahovic, I did think it was quite nasty seeing him being called a gypsy and all these things, mocking his heritage, his Serbian heritage, and all of those sort of things. I'm sure you've all seen the footage, and I'm sure we all know Italian society is hella racist and Italian football is hella racist. But is it just me? I'm thinking, fuck, you man's racism is a different level, in it. Like you man are cool off now. Like there's way too many now. Like Koulibaly, the keeper from AC Milan, Vlahovic, they're just moving mad. Maybe that's why you lost yesterday and things like that. Like, calm down. Like, you man's racist radar is way too high. Like, oh, Jesus, my, oh, Lord God. Anyways, away from all of that, though, we all know he's been linked with a lot of clubs. He was linked with City, linked with Arsenal, linked with every club there is under the sun. Definitely, as much as he keeps scoring goals and his contract doesn't look like it's going to be renewed, he's going to have more. Now, I like him. He runs in behind. He's aggressive, can play with his back to goal, scores a bag of goals, still waiting on a bit more confirmations, but I like him. And, one of my Italian brethren who's a Juventus fan, he wants him at Juventus. And there's rumors actually Juventus could sell one, two players to bring in Dusan Vlahovic, so it is what it is in that regards, people. But if you just look at some of the articles, if we flick over to this one first, Fiorentina confirmed Tottenham and Arsenal Fiorentina confirmed Tottenham and Arsenal's transfer target has rejected new contract offers. Are they going to let him go in January? I think not. Again, are Spurs going to bring this guy in for the outlay that he might command in January without sorting out Kane's future? Now, if Kane was to leave in Jan, things might happen. But again, it's probably a very technical time to expect things like that. So it's probably a next summer thing where, depending on where Arsenal and Spurs are, if you finish in Europe, you might be in a better situation. Now, obviously, Spurs are in a better situation because they probably are able to, with Patrici, their head of sporting director or whatever, he's able to probably use his contacts in Italian football. And they're probably going to let Kane go at some point, if he does go, and use that outlay on other things. But as you lot have seen, he will not be signing a new contract at Fiorentina, which is obviously a boost to people interested in him, which has seen Liverpool, Atletico, Arsenal, and Spurs prior. As you lot know, their president, Fiorentina's president, released a statement revealing that the Serbian had been supplied with several contract offers, and that would have made him the club's highest paid player of all time. He hasn't accepted anything. He's got 2 years left, and he had a very good season last year with 21 goals in 37. Not sure how many he has in the division this year, to be fair with you, but we can actually check. And he's 21. The resale value's there as well. So, he started off in the same vein, people. 4 goals and 1 assist in 7 appearances, people. So he's off to a good start. And in general for Fiorentina, he's come from a good academy in Partizan Belgrade. So that should have told you this Serbian was going to have some ability. But, 35 goals, 5 assists in 92 is nowhere near bad. In Serie A, 31 goals, 4 assists, 84 appearances. So I'm still learning a lot about him. I don't think he's all the way there yet, but he's shown he can mix it up. He can run in behind. He can come short. He can score tap-ins, can do a bit of, can create a goal off his own back, you know. Decent player. Still, sometimes I think he could anticipate things a bit better, but yeah, the ability is there, and I'm all for it, people. And he's only 21. Juventus are onto him, and AC Milan. Juventus apparently are very strong onto him, so that probably rules Arsenal out realistically. But yeah, man. Apparently, the president said, when I arrived in Florence, I promised the fans that I'd be upfront with them and that I would never make promises that I couldn't keep. Would love, you know how much I would love Edu to say that. I would therefore like to update the Florentina fans on an issue that has been much talked and spoken about in recent months, the question about Dusan Vlahovic's contract. As you know, Florentina made a very significant offer to the player. Our proposal would have made him the highest paid player in the history of the club. We also improved our offer on a number of occasions in order to accommodate the requests of both Dusan and his entourage. However, despite our efforts, those offers have not been accepted. And there is a lot of rumors that his agent is difficult to deal with. So again, agreeing a fee could be one thing, but the commission and stuff that comes with it might not be warranted to some clubs. Maybe that's why City said leave it alone. I don't know. During my time in Florence over the past few weeks, I have personally endeavored to find a solution that would make both the player and the club happy, but I am disappointed to say that our efforts and attempts have not been rewarded. At this point, all that we can do is acknowledge the wishes of the player and his entourage and quickly identify feasible, appropriate solutions as we proceed with this exciting new season. In any case, Dusan has a contract linking him to Fiorentina. Dusan Vlahovic has a contract linking him to Fiorentina for the next 21 months. We have no doubt that the player will, as he always has, do his bit to help the team achieve its objectives, showing the same level of professionalism he has shown since he arrived in Florence, with the utmost respect from our fans, his teammates, the club, the coach, and the club as a whole, people. So we'll have to see what's going on there. And as I said, giving further fuel to Juventus is apparently they have question marks over Morata. They're not going to make that permanent, I think, but that conflict stuff, I swear they have already made that permanent. And they have previously been linked with Mario Icardi, people. So it is what it is. So yeah, they have the option to, and apparently, according to multiple sources, Vlahovic is their priority. They would have won a Cardi, so Morata is gonna have to make way, people. And when you look at it, Vlahovic might even be able to extend his contract with Fiorentina, but on one condition. Apparently, according to this Italian-based journalist, he could still extend his contract with Fiorentina, but only if he leaves his agent Darko Ristic. And if I'm Darko Ristic, I'm not leaving you. You're taking me out the hood. We probably got a decent payday when you went to Fiorentina. We're definitely getting a big payday whether you go to Juventus, AC Milan, wherever. And at 21 years of age, going there, you'd have probably one more big move. So F off with all of that, people. He's on 800k a year deal to stay there, and it runs out until 2023. And apparently they've been in talks to extend his contract at the club for a long time. They offered him a 4 million a year contract for the next 5 seasons, but failed to reach an agreement with the player and his agent. And I mean, that's quite an upgrade on his deal. Clearly can earn a lot more. You look at someone like Aaron Ramsey, he was a squad player at Juventus. He's on a 7 million a year contract. So again, you could earn more cash elsewhere, people. So it is what it is. And apparently Vlahovic's representatives want to keep 10% on the striker's future sale. And this is one of the reasons why talks between the two parties have collapsed. So, boy, again, this agent's involved, and they're not necessarily wrong for wanting to do that, but it probably does antagonize the fans and antagonize everybody else, people. So make of that what you will. It is what it is where that one's concerned. What's the poll question? Exactly. Yeah, it's effed up, man. I don't know why. I had a question earlier. I don't know why it's removed, but let me actually... It's not letting me click on it. It's moving quite mad. I would remove it and start again. Unpinned message. Let's go again. Can this happen? Oh, I think it's one poll a thing, so we're going to have to leave that. 175 likes, people. There's close to 300 locked in. Can we get to 200? What's going on there? Some areas in Italy compete with regions here in the States in terms of racial ignorance and hatred. Italy seems more a vote here. It's more covert. We call it a draw. Some things die hard. It dies hard, and I don't think man want it to die hard. Are you jumping on the stream with Rants and Matisse today? No, unfortunately, I'm not. When this stream is over, I have a couple of things I need to do in my personal life and sort out before, obviously, 7:15. So I'm not going to have time. So, yeah, unfortunately, big up Rants, big up Matisse. They're going to have to hold it up without me for now. Racism isn't name calling. You know, I'm not gonna even. All right, man. Yeah, mad abusive in Italy. Someone needs to come. Bro, they're mad on it, bro. I mean, the one thing I saw that really peed me off with that, I remember there was one and it was quite evil. I know you lot might have seen it where like migrants are drowning, and I don't know where in Italy it is, but migrants are drowning and people are just watching them. Like you can see the fingers dropping into the ocean. Man, are just laughing. Like, bro, that's scary, you know. And I do think, especially, I think a lot of migrants, but I think when you look at a lot of migrants that come from, you know, African regions, I don't think they're looked at as human. I do think black trauma all over the world, you know, anyone dying is bad. But I think even black people themselves, like myself, is you become accustomed to black folks dying or seeing it on TV or seeing whatever. It's like it's not really chilling anymore as someone else, whether it's to do with police, to do with things I've just said or whatever. It's scary, man. A man said you said you've never left the ends. People need to pay attention. Marseille's calm, man. They've got Saliba right now, so we're there, man. Appreciate that. It's quite sad, man. Bro, Balotelli, to be fair, they were onto it's not racism, obviously, but they were onto Donnarumma yesterday. Onto him. His price will continue to drop right now. He should be worth 45 million. I don't see no club playing 50 plus for a player with a contract that will 100% run down. I swear we missed out on Jotovic when he was at Florentina. Maybe get this guy. To be fair, we dodged a bullet there, surely. I spent a lot of time in Spain, and it's exactly the same as Italy when it comes to racing. I've never been to Italy. I've been to Spain. It's been all right. I can't lie. Well, I don't know for anywhere else, but yeah, man. Obviously, man, I went Magaluf and that. And when I went Barca, I've always said if I had to stay anywhere else in Europe, I'll genuinely live in Barca. Now it must be different when you go around everywhere, but for me, it was quite a refreshing thing because I've never really done the European holiday thing. I think he means legendary, bro. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to check out your DG merch. And also, as Nightbot has said, don't miss my Belgium versus France watch along on Twitch from 7:15 today, people. PM, that is. Newcastle takeover is not going to happen. Oh, has there been another twist and turn? You might have to hold a block if you're capping. Someone said they're drinking a can of High Hopes outside St. James's Park. I mean, this 30 minutes ago, Newcastle takeover to be confirmed any minute now. Premier League set to argue legality binding assurances around no involvement by Saudi leaders was a deciding factor rather than the breakthrough for Ben Sport. Come on now, it clearly was. The minute that them things were lifted, it was there. I mean, it looks like it's happening. So, Zach, I think you're capping there, man. You need to catch a Greek island, bro. Mali, if that counts. He's capping press conference tomorrow. Zach, you was capping, man. Safe. When I went to Madrid, they were racist. Oh, bro, this is why I'm not really on the European holidays. I'll be real with you. I'm not really on it. Like, man, don't want to go on holiday for racism, bro. So if I keep myself to myself, said man to the Caribbean, it's all calm. I'll take all the English boy and all them thing there over everything. Like, I'm not on it, bro. Like, I'm not on it. The worst one is when people look at you like you're some fucking alien, bro. Like, yes, darker skin, chocolate, your wife. Come grab it, tell her, come peace. Like, allow me, man. Bro, Barca's expensive, especially because I was running around in the taxis, man. Being Italian and Caribbean was fun growing up. Shout out to you. You done it all. The food must have been a massa. I mean, they should. Any thoughts on Newcastle next manager after the takeover? To be fair, they should be scheming on a Conte or something, man. I mean, Budapest. I'm not going there, man. There's just some place. Listen, I want to see the world, and some of my friends have seen the world, but me, bro, man, don't need none of the racism thing because my biggest fear is being trapped in a country where someone racially abused me. I'll bone out, and then obviously, you know how the script gets. I don't want to be in no foreign prison and with them things there. It's best everyone just goes somewhere they're calm. First big name to go: Newcastle, Lacazette, Rob Holding, Callum Chambers, Eddie Nketiah, Stan Kroenke, Josh Kroenke, anyone, someone. No, one love to my Bulgarians in the chat, but them sides there, bro, man's this is as good as it gets, fam. Like, unless I get the G pass and that, like, with this, the goons are gonna be around, man, and that. That's like, see, when I go Italy with my brethren, I'm going with him and his thugs. So if there's any nonsense, it's getting rubbed out really quickly. I'm not on it. Really not on it. 188 likes, people. We're flirting with 200 likes, but we're not quite there yet. Don't think there's any other Arsenal news. It's quiet now. Nah, man, we've covered everything. Bro, shout out to Joe Willock. He knew it was happening. Is it certain Eddie won't sign a new deal? Nothing's certain. But right now, it's looking like a madness. Come on, man. Harry Redknapp settings. I got your deals. Come and get your deals at Arsenal, boy. We got 3 for 2s, 3 for a pan. You know, you can buy Eddie and Lacazette, man. I throw in a 3 El Nene there for you. You know, there's things going on. I got a good keeper like Runnison. You know, I got that Leno there for the low. It's loud. Like, got everything, man. We're trying to hustle. We got everything at this club. Anything you want. You know, anything. We got Arteta there if you want as well. You know, next Pep and that. Can change it up if you want. Right? Get them done, man. Boy. 200 likes, people. If you hit the like button, God bless you. Hopefully you win the lottery and all these things. If you ain't hit the like button, unexpected high bills, gonna walk in on your husband or wife cheating still. And if you're an Arsenal fan, your young son is gonna say, I'm a Spurs fan. My favorite player is Harry Kane, who actually is a gooner, so it's not the best one. Bro, bonanza, bro. Bare deals are happening here. Bare deals. Balogun on loan there as well. For anyone who wants it, it's there as well. I'd like us to re-sign Eddie if possible. Only self, he's definitely not going to commit, though. I think we're giving up on him a bit too early. I don't think he wants to commit. And to be fair, he needs to be selfish and go and play. And, you know, if you anything can happen. But right now, if you sign a new deal, pardon me, you're just seen as, you're just cattle. Like, the club are just signing you. You know, at the end of the day, you're going to get more money. You're going to get a signing on fee. You'd extend your stay at Arsenal Football Club. But you're just cattle. We're just keeping you just, pardon me, in the sake of it. We don't necessarily, it's not that we don't care because Arteta likes him, but you get the point now. Which I agree with you. At 22, it's hard to be an established striker. I don't think Eddie's ever going to be the guy, but I do think he's written off too soon, and fundamentally he could make money for Arsenal. But we haven't been proactive. We've got ourselves in a situation where he might walk for free, so it's an issue. Man said Kane doesn't even play for them anymore. Why are we thinking of buying young strikers when we have some great ones in the wings? To be fair with you, as much as I agree with you, we need we need confirmation. Like, we need it. Like, if Aubameyang leaves tomorrow and Lacazette leaves in the summer, if they both leave in the summer, you need to buy experience. You know, we'd be living in a fallacy if we could say Martinelli, Balogun, and Eddie calm. You need to get someone who's going to grab 20 league goals, or someone that probably could do a job more than that. It's the same way you look at Spurs. You know, Bale was on loan and Vinicius was also on loan. They let them man there go. That's 21 goals out their team. Now Kane's moving a bit shaky. Now you can see the problem. And you already see the lack of goals we have. You know, I would love a Balogun and Eddie to play up front for 38 games, but can anyone say they're getting 20 goals? As many people would say, oh yeah, they'll play. We need them to play. Fans are not going to care, because if he misses a chance, the team go to the other end and score. There's issues. We need some confirmations. And yeah, man, couple of them can knock around and be part of the squad and all those sort of things. But boy, like, need experience. Came to Newcastle on a Sheerington career settings mode. And this is the thing, you know, they need their moments. But to be fair to Dominic Calvert-Lewin, he got something that Eddie hasn't really got, and that was consistent exposure to the first team. Strikers peak late. I always say, I'm not saying Eddie's going to be any of these guys. But at 22, what was Vardy on? What was Aubameyang on? What was Kane on? But none of them were scratching the surface like that. But yeah, man. It don't mean everyone's going to do that, but what all I care about, and I was saying it earlier, this is why you need to be proactive, because Eddie's contract should be tied down. Forget if he makes it here or not. Just the basis of he's young and English, there's some peace to be made, should be tied down. So we could be in that situation. All right, cool. You're going to make it here. If not, thanks for the memories. Safe, go and have your career now. We take our little 20 million, the world keeps spinning. Same, and the same logic goes elsewhere. You know, that should be all our, you know, people always look at, I find academy football funny because when a player don't make first team, they always say it's a flop, you know. The academy is there to produce first team footballers and players that could be sold. And also just coming through, you know, again, I'm sure it's not what they want, but just coming through the academy system is a success in itself. He's gone off to become a Premier League baller. My problem is that we don't do enough in that regards, man. And not everyone's going to be able to do this thing, man. DG, we've been hearing about young talent, future player for the last 10 years or more. Present is the most important, brother. If we perform now on the pitch, we can think about the future. BG, I agree and disagree. I've said that before. You know, what you do in the present affects the future. And this is why I'm so pressed on the need to see comfort. Like previously, I was a bit scared with what was doing with Leno, what was doing with Xhaka, what was doing with Bellerin, etc., etc. And to a degree, there's still these question marks to a degree over the team. But we do need to think about the future. And you're right, for the last 10 years, we've been waffling about that. So, yeah, man. Yeah, big up. Agree with all that. The club has been shocking with contracts. Eddie, unfortunately, doesn't fit the profile of a modern striker. All the best strikers today are 6 foot or above. Disagree. Eddie can score, but all-round game still needs work. Exactly, but you're only going to get that through playing. Let's be real. It's not all the club. Eddie's been happy to just sit here and be part of Arsenal and do his phone thing, you know. It's only now it looks like he wants to play, and I would as well. You're playing for Arsenal. He hasn't played 20, 30 league games. You know, at best, there was a couple of years ago when he came back from Leeds, he dislodged Lacazette and Aubameyang, and I think it was Newcastle and Everton. He did quite well. You need to play. Minutes are currency. You need to be out your comfort zone. And Eddie's been in his comfort zone for too long at Arsenal, just like Nelson, just like a couple of them. Joe Willock at one point. Well, you'll be lucky to get 35 million for Eddie Nketiah because he's not worth 35 million for one. And for two, he's got 6 months left on his deal. You doing any other streams today? As stated, I'm going to be on Twitch at 7 p.m. That's for Belgium versus France. You know, I was on Twitch earlier today, so you can actually go and catch the rerun of that if you are following on Twitch. So, yeah, man, he's one of them. The club, exactly, the club needs some interim strikers. For me, with Lacazette and Aubameyang, I don't know who, but you bring in a next striker, and then for me, Martinelli is the second choice, or he's the guy I'm leaning to. Now, if Eddie stays and Balogun shows these levels, fair play, because I think you do need 3 strikers in the team. You need someone that, as you've seen, sometimes we've started Aubameyang and Lacazette, and we can't quite score. So what's happening there? True, you could do that. You could do that. But then again, the problem is Eddie Nketiah's wage demands, because did we not accept 15 million or so from Palace, and whatever wages he wanted or add-ons or whatever, the move didn't happen really. Now, we should have never been in this situation where we need to desperately move him on and fail to. We should have been a bit more proactive to extend his contract way before this, you know, because I've seen us tie down Callum Chambers and David Luiz, but you haven't tied down Nketiah. You know, I don't really, you know, again, and that's the big thing I'm happy with Balogun. Balogun might progress to first team, but he might show he's not levels. Okay, cool. Go and get your little bread for him. And then the world keeps spinning. Aziz might not show his levels. Go and get your money for him. As much as I believe in, I can't lie, I believe in Miguel Aziz more than I do in Balogun's chances of making it here. But I think they both, you know, hopefully they both can, man. I mean, I hope we re-sign him because I don't want to see anyone leave for free and that. But I don't know what we're doing or not doing, bro. And it's just the fact that we're leaving this in the balance. Like Saka's one went down to the wire. Kiddo Taylor Hart down to the wire. Balogun down to the wire. We don't really need that, man. If I'm completely honest with you. He's done well, though, man. And I also think fans, I'm not saying Eddie, but fans need to be able to differentiate. This guy can be a squad player and that's it. This guy can be a first teamer. I always think with fans, everyone's always looking for, if you're the Sakas and Greenwoods and Fodens, and if you're not that, then you can't make it. Certain people are going to be just below that. Certain people are going to be good squad options, competent players. Certain people are going to be there where they can play for 2 seasons at your club or not. But as the evolution starts to take place in your squad, they're not levels. They can't continue what you're trying to do, in which they're sold on and recycled. And there's no harm in that. There's no shame in that. There's no shame in that at all, if I'm honest with you. So it is what it is in that regards, man. It is what it is. I mean, I spoke about it on Twitch. I'll upload the Twitch video I'll upload the one I did on Twitch earlier. But yeah, man, I've spoken on Basuma or this alleged thing. You know, I don't really want to speak on it too tough again. So yeah, man, go. You can actually watch it on Twitch. Go and watch it on Twitch if you can, Joey. Follow and subscribe. If you're following me on Twitch, you can watch the videos. It's purposely like that. The rerun. So go and take that one in, man. Bro, mad. You don't want them allegations on your name. You don't. Especially as of you don't want that. There's no coming back from certain things, and that's one of them, which is quite disgusting. But oh, that orange juice was good, innit? That orange juice was good. You know when your taste buds start malfunctioning because the thing is so good. But on that topic, though, people, away from all of that, though, as I said, I'm gonna be live later today on Twitch, so make sure you're following on Twitch, people. You know, again, be lovely to have you. One love to everyone that was here today. One love to everyone that was at my earlier live stream. We've had 2 bits of content. Check out the other content that's been released, because I'm pretty sure I spam you lots of timelines all the time. Set your reminders and whatnot. And yeah, man, I'll be back again. But as I said, man, I'd appreciate if you all can make it here later. If you can't, make sure you're supporting the thing on Twitch. Link's been dropped. Do you have to pay for Twitch? Nah, bro. No. You don't have to pay for Twitch. But yeah, you do just have to download it. But yeah, there it is. Link's been dropped. You can see my schedule when I'm next going. Football Manager tomorrow as well, by the way. So yeah, man, we've spoken about a couple of the transfer rumors. We've spoken about Wilshere returning. We've gone a bit other topics and things. So yeah, man, have a blessed day, you lot. And obviously, please make sure you're here for France versus Belgium, Belgium versus France. One love to everyone who has hit the like buttons, who has hit the reminders, who has been supporting. Shout out to the subscribers, the members, you know, the moderators, etc. And yeah, I'm gonna love and leave you lot. I hope you're all having a good week. You know, we'll catch up in a couple of hours, people. I'm off to handle some things away from the content that I've delayed, and I need to go and do it, and I'm actually going to be late for one. So yeah, man, enjoy what's left of your day and evening. I'll catch you lot in a bit, man. Make sure you're hitting the like button. Every like helps the YouTube algorithm to fuck with me a bit more and gets this out there. So yeah, man, people, God bless, stay safe, stay in good health, and we'll meet up again.
You always use that active red light defending. I think it's like